Go.
So, picking up where Tallulah asking about the courtyard. Yes, there is a courtyard. In the center of the manor itself is a open courtyard.
Okay, thanks. Tallulah.
Lord Ravenwood crouches by Tallulah and says, if you go down the stairs, take a left, head through the corridor, and your first left, you'll enter the corridor. He smiles and gets back up into his armchair.
All right, that sounds nice. She starts going that way without even, looking at the rest of the party.
That's okay. Thalen's been gone. He left, and all you can hear is the heavy boots and spurs clunking up the stairs.
Cowboy.
Yeah, he's the yeehaw. He's got spurs.
So yes,
wearing Hawaiian
help
shorts.
yourself
That's unrelated.
to anything in my manor. The beds are yours. The kitchen is yours. Do as you wish. But please, be back here for the dawn, as I may need your help once more.
Does Thalen wear chaps?
No, not yet. That's for the season 2 outfit.
Season 2 outfit.
So season 2 outfit is when he's gonna wear chaps.
What would you all like to do?
Season 2.
Mayron's going to approach Sir Ravenwood and give a little bit of a courteous bow. Sir Ravenwood, it is a pleasure once
Do
more.
you mind if I fuck your bitch?
I noticed you have a...
I thought you were going to say book.
secretary. He's going to approach... He's going to give his customary bow. Lord Ravenwood, it is such a pleasure, and I would like to inform you that everything, as you heard from our group, went swimmingly, except for everything that went wrong. But that's not important.
I think you're giving yourself too much credit there, Marin.
Lord Ravenwood tips his head to you and says, thank you for all you've done.
I must only ask of your manner, because you've already been so generous to us all. Have you either a library or I suppose, a personal brothel? Good Lord.
I have no personal brothel, but I do have a modest library.
That will do nicely.
If you leave
Why is
this
Marin
room,
so horny?
Well, he's got the sexy dragonborn to look at.
I feel like that's just his general air around him.
It's the real Marin, just a horny.
No, listen.
It's his aura.
For a stressful day.
You know the book he's really
Sometimes.
Sometimes you need to just chuck one out, then you'll be fine.
Saying, the man's gotta do what he gotta do. Mayron wakes up in the morning, he gets scared by like 20 different ghosts. My old man just disappears. I don't know what to expect.
So your first thing is to nut?
Listen. He's only human. Gith. He's only Gith.
Even worse.
You dumb shit.
Oh my god.
Continue. So D&D.
We've barely started and it's already glorious.
Oh my god.
Who knows, we've only just started and it's already going downhill.
Thalen is going to go upstairs and he is going to lock the door and he is going to shoot up.
Jeez, I thought he was going to shoot a nut, and that didn't
no, he is actually going to pull up the sleeve on his human arm, set up his station, and inject himself with a dose of milk with a poppy.
Okay.
Classic.
Would that be Thalen done for the day, or are you going to jump in at some point?
I'll probably jump in at some point, but if anybody wants to go talk to him, it's more than welcome to, but other than that, that's just what he's doing.
All right, so Thalen's gone to his room to take milk of the poppy. Tallulah is in the courtyard, assumedly playing with butterflies. What would anyone else like to do?
Mayron's going to go for that library.
Okay, Lord Ravenwood directs you to the library. It's just through the door behind him and straight at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Sir Ravenwood. And if you decide to update your infrastructure with a brothel, let me know. And I'm just going to go.
You will be the first person I inform.
You're a saint.
Christ.
So you walk and leave straight to the library. What would anyone else like to do? Is there anything you're looking specifically for in the library first? Or are you just having a read?
Mayron's gonna browse for anything that strikes his interest, mainly anything about the occult. Anything that might have to do with entities of a dark nature, perhaps even those of, one could say, eldritch nature.
Okay. I'll get to a few people and get back to you on that. Is
Thank you.
anyone else doing anything?
Slim's gonna go ahead and, like, about 5 minutes after Tallulah walks off, slowly start walking where she went.
Okay.
Yuki was going to ask Lord Ravenwood about the rest of the payment.
So, you inquire about the payment, and Lord Ravenwood says, I can assure you there will be payment. Just, I need to know if there's more to this story. Because if there is, then I'm going to need your help. And that payment will come. And depending on what or if we find anything in this book, your payment will be worth your time.
I'm pretty sure the payment was for the job, not for whatever was inside there.
Yes, and I'm saying the job isn't quite finished yet.
God, he's so hot.
Listen, his voice is dulcet and buttery.
I don't know what to tell
He's
you.
just so cool.
Please, no.
It's what,
If you want, I can fetch the sum for you to see that it is all in good faith and they're ready for you.
I'm just saying, we don't come cheap.
That's why I offered a lot of gold.
It's fucking like gods.
I'll trust you for right now, but I do expect the rest of the gold for this job and any more gold for further jobs.
Of course you will get it. You have my word.
And he just kind of bows a bit and returns to his room.
Lord Ravenwood bows back, and you walk off. Merrin, looking through the library, yes?
Yes.
So you were looking for things specifically of the occult nature, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
In his library are books. There are a few books based on magic. There are a few occult-y books. Nothing you would find out of sorts in a library.
Hmm.
Most of the books tend to be on shipping, trade, and
Shipping?
it's
Stop.
not that kind of shipping, as in trading of silks, clothes, and spices. It's assumed that's how Ravenwood made his money.
Hmm.
Nothing particularly weird stands out to you in his library. There's nothing that would strike you as odd or
Out of place.
out of place, yeah.
And you said there were a few books on the occult, it looks like. Likely informational.
Informational, the basics on
Right.
what you'd need to know to prep yourself for anything in this world.
Okay, well, I'm going to take everything I can get, and I'm going to spend this night the way I have every other night by trying to research more about whatever eldritch entity might be haunting me.
Try not to get any jizz on the book pages, huh?
Okay, listen.
There are one or two.
It's a psychic link.
Try not to jizz on the book pages, will you?
Phelan just knows.
I think we all know. Let's be honest.
Yeah. yeah. Except
Tallulah
Tallulah.
and Slim, what are you up to in the courthouse?
Tallulah's swinging the sword around wildly. What else is she gonna do in the courtyard?
Slim.
Swinging the sword around, cutting leaves in half, trimming the grass.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's being generally the most innocent, violent person you've ever met. Violently innocent, innocently violent.
Do it.
Slim, are you doing anything interesting in the courthouse, or?
Well, so I was behind Tallulah, so I was gonna go into the courtyard first and start playing before I would go to her. I'm going to in like the hallway right before entering the courtyard. I'm going to take a look to the left and take a look to the right. Is there anyone else in the hallway?
Nope, the hallway's empty.
All right. Slim is going to go ahead and change his form. He's going to turn back to the original person who everyone met him as, which was Mahenta Sulivana, the purple-skinned tiefling with the black dress, black horns, dark hair, and amber.
Okay.
And as he does that, now she makes her way into the courtyard, walking, which is her hands hands in front of her, and walking very slowly towards Tallulah.
Okay. Tallulah?
She turns around and sees this person she met once. Oh. Hey, I didn't know you were still here.
Oh yes, darling. I've been around here. Don't mind me asking, how did it go?
Oh, it went all right, I guess.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just that I don't really like when people get hurt, and people got more than hurt.
Who was injured? Was there anyone in your party?
No.
She kind of gets down on like one knee and like is in front of Tallulah.
No, not them, but there was someone else there, and he was creepy, but I don't want him to get hurt. He didn't do anything.
Well, the world itself, Tallulah, is a very, very chaotic sort of place. I'm sure you know some of it. And no matter how much we pray and we hope for everything to turn out non-violently, sometimes the option simply is not there. Certain that everyone did the very best they could to avoid violence, and only when they saw that it was the only choice themselves, and especially youth, that they revert to barbaric means of survival. All I'm saying is, child, don't think about it. This world is all we can do. Put on a brave little smile. Add one more light to the already shining.
Yeah. Alright,
Now,
thank you.
Now, I see you got a little something while you were in there. May I?
Tallulah like looks at the sword a bit, and then looks up at Slim's other person.
Mahenta.
Say that one more time.
Mahenta.
Looks up Mahenta down at the sword, and then gives it to her.
She kind of like loosely holds it. Oh, this is quite a heavy blade. I mean, you must be quite strong in order to wield such a weapon. But I think it will do a great job of keeping you safe. And she hands it back.
Okay, real quick. I wish you listeners at home could fucking see what's going on in the chat right now. We're all recording
fucking
on Discord.
unethical, by the way.
Wait. Okay. So can we please like have a few screenshots of this chat just like show up in the video?
Oh god, I will go apeshit.
I had to mute the chat just because I saw the notifications appear. I'm just like, nope. Try to be somewhat sentimental.
Such a fantastic way to ruin a delicate moment.
Yeah.
As old as time, dog as old as rhyme, Mayrin and his nut.
But Neko is being like a deviant on here, though.
Mahentai? Question mark?
Anyway, getting back into it.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
to
so
get too
sorry. That was just
sidetracked.
fucking funny.
So I guess Mahenta finishes up with Tallulah, kind of playing around with her a little bit with her sword, just generally having a good time. And then eventually she comes down. Well, my child, I need to go for now. I will be sending Slim back eventually to assist you further in your ventures. But if anything, just remember.
Wait, where did he go then?
Slim is currently in the room sleeping. He wasn't hurt, but being in such an exciting situation is rather draining on such a docile man such as himself. He can only stay so calm for so long before he needs to go rest somewhere.
Okay. Thank you. I missed you.
And I missed you too. Just remember what I said.
Oh my God.
Everything will be okay. And if you ever need me, let Slim know. I'm sure we can arrange something where you and I can go out and get some juice at the store, or simply walk around and talk, just to make sure that you're feeling.
Oh, it's so cute.
That'd be really nice.
She's my mom.
and she kind of like gives a little pat on the shoulder, not the shoulder, on the cheek. All right, I'll see you later. Okay.
Tallulah's a lot happier now.
A sweet bab.
And she kind of just, Mahenta kind of stands up and slowly paces away. And the moment that she's, decent away, back in the hallway, not seen, changes back to Slim and walk into his room.
Walk into which room? Sorry, you cut out.
Whichever room is my room.
Oh, okay. So you head back to the bedrooms. Brynja, did we ever know what you're doing?
No.
What are you up to?
Brynja is sitting in the sitting room, trying very hard to sort out her feelings on what just happened.
As you're sat there quietly, Lord Ravenwood speaks up from his chair, saying, "Is there anything bothering you?"
Have you ever killed anyone?
Ravenwood sits for a minute and says, "No, I haven't."
Yeah, that's kind of what I've never.
Oh, shit, this is gonna be.
I hadn't seen anything like this since today. I don't know. How to
Tell
deal
me,
with this.
what specifically about that is troubling? Is it the violence? Is it having to have killed? Or is it just the whole situation that's put you at unease?
I've never seen a dead body
That'll do it.
until today.
Yeah.
Some things are unfortunately unavoidable, especially in a case as the man I sent you to. I'm sorry that it did put you in such peril and had to put you through something like that. I was unaware that the mansion itself was haunted or trapped or otherwise, shall we say, in distress of its own. If there is anything I can provide that will give you comfort in this moment, please tell.
I'm sorry, I'm being distracted by chat going on here.
It's going ape shit. It's going buck wild.
I'm clear. I'm actually this kind of fucks me up. I don't know. I don't like the idea of someone having to see a dead body and being all shook up over it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I already dealt with one child in distress. You guys deal with the other one.
Not a kid.
How old is Brynja?
You don't know that anything.
You gotta fucking.
That's a good point.
And you just never
gotta
ask a woman
talk
how
to
old
her.
she is. So.
She's a bippy.
It's my fault that he died. I held him there. And so I basically killed him.
That who died?
The man. I don't even know his name. I didn't even know his name.
If it helps, there's a chance he would have died regardless if you were there or not. From what I've heard, he was old and frail.
But he could have died asleep by himself. Happy.
Who is to say that he was happy?
Who is to say
In a
he
house filled so haunted with dark magic.
Mayron killed him.
You bitch.
Assumedly, he was fighting first.
He was held down. He was defenseless. Mayron killed him.
Damn.
Even defenseless, a threat is still a threat.
You weren't there.
He may have been down. You
He was
could
an
have
old
backed
man.
away.
He was an old man.
Still enough to put up a fight, I assume. When it comes to magic, age has nothing to do with it. If anything, it can make one more powerful, having more time to have studied the art. Age is not a factor in combat ability.
Mayron killed him.
She's just
And it
dead
sounds
set
like
on
you and
something.
Mayron have something to discuss.
Brady's gonna get up and go find Mayron.
Wait, listen. Hey, you're like, you don't gotta do this thing. I'm just trying to read a fucking book.
Backstabber. I love
There's about to be a girl fight.
So,
She's gonna go to
You
the
walk
book.
in,
Yeah, library.
you walk into the library.
Oh,
Mayron
boy.
is sat on the floor, thumbing through books quickly.
Somebody better hold her damn earrings, bitch. She better throw down.
Mayron.
Hearing the voice, Mayron's gonna do a little bit of a jump, close his book, and look back. Oh,
She's gonna
hello,
grab the
Brynja.
book and throw it.
So you pick up the book and throw it. He's gonna kind of be taken back a little bit.
Grab the book and
my
throw
God.
it again.
internal
yeah.
conflict, guys.
It begins.
May I help you, Brynja? You appear to be a little on edge.
You killed a defenseless man.
Hey, no, don't say that. You don't know if he was defenseless or not.
I was holding him.
Hold him or not.
Fine.
Hold him or not. I know enough about somatic spells to be able to cast them with just the flick of a finger. We could have been in real danger, and I will admit, I am not one to jump to killing so easily, but this would have been the potential downfall of all of our lives.
There was one of him. And 6 of us. She was to count on her fingers for a second. 6 of us.
Okay. I will give you this. I overreacted grievously, but I didn't know I would kill the man. I just wanted to keep us safe. Especially myself. I was very afraid of getting injured.
You can't just kill someone and walk away. You can't just take a life and walk away from that. And so we did. We all left him there.
Brynja, I know a good thing or two about leaving people for dead. And I guarantee that from now on, I will at least make sure that I finish the job. Now, you have my most sincere apologies for the way I acted. But if I were to choose between me and all of you, or him, I will choose us every single time. The difference between you and I, Brynja, is that I watched that man fall hours ago, yet you still carry him in your arms. Sometimes, the best and worst thing we can do is learn to let go.
I don't want to let go. I don't want to forget him. Who's going to remember him when he dies? I can remember him when he dies. I value human life. You flew off the handle and you killed someone. I had it handled. I had him in my arms. He was good.
He was senile. It was obvious. He could have done anything.
You barely had time to talk to him.
Well, if we hadn't gone forward so aggressively, maybe we wouldn't have escalated to that.
If you wouldn't have escalated that so quickly, if you wouldn't have flown off the handle.
Mayron's going to start standing up. Brynja, I again have to reiterate on my point. We don't know what he was capable of. Now listen, I've already apologized several times, and I regret graciously exactly what happened. But I cannot change what happened in the past. No sense in any of this.
If you do this again, if you take an innocent life ever again, you'll have to deal with me.
Well,
she's gonna like flex a little bit.
Damn!
Seeing her flex, Mayron's gonna almost deflate a little bit. And then sort of gain his composure a little bit. You may certainly try. I have other forces looking out for me.
I don't need other forces.
If you mark yourself as so insurmountable, a strength of a building of a, how would you say, persuasion almost, I urge you to enforce what you deem as right. It is what we as humans are meant to do, as humanity would doctrine, or would act as a doctrine. Trust yourself, and all should go well. But never forget to trust those around you. Not doing so will lead you to depths that you did not think yourself possible of.
I'm going to trust
It's a
you.
lesson that I'm still learning.
Whoa!
Damn.
Well,
Brynja's gonna...
I still haven't found a meme for this, guys. Keep fighting.
I'm so glad Mayron didn't mention that Thalen was actually the one to go in first. Take the fall. Thanks, boy.
Brynja's gonna nod at him. She's gonna turn around, and just as she walks away, she's gonna turn back and just say, "I don't know what half of the things you said were, but I think I can get the gist of it."
I love her.
So she's gonna pull some books off the shelves and just throw them on the ground and walk away.
She walks away.
Couldn't find microphone, found books.
As she walks away, Mayron's gonna sort of scratch his head. Why'd you have to mess up the books? He's gonna go over and start to reorganize them.
I love him.
Brynja's gonna go back to the sitting room and just sit and lay on the couch.
As you enter the sitting room, Lord Ravenwood gestures towards the table and says, "There's a cup of warm tea there. I take it things got heat."
I think we're in agreement. She's gonna take the cup of tea. She's gonna go out to... Man, you guys are in the courtyard, are you not? Dang it.
Well, I'm currently walking back.
Tallulah is in the courtyard.
Yeah, I'm walking
She's
back.
gonna
Everyone
go-
else is in their room.
She's gonna go out to the courtyard and just sit in some grass.
As you leave the sitting room, Lord Ravenwood chuckles and says, "And I thank you not to trash my life."
Just gonna kind of just like nod back at him.
I don't know what a library is.
So you enter going down to the courtyard, yeah?
Yeah, just gonna go to the courtyard and find like a little patch of grass and sit in it.
Tallulah is still cutting the grass with her sword, diligently, making sure that every leaf is the same height.
She's not that diligent.
Close
Never
enough.
said she was very good at it. She's just trying.
Yeah. Tallulah notices Brynja and like kind of skips over her, probably tripping over her dress as she does so, but still does it. Hey, what you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. I'm just sitting here with. Have you ever had tea before?
I don't think so.
Do you want to try it with me? I've never had it either.
Yeah, let's do it. That
Okay.
should be fun.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Well, do you want to go first?
I'll do it first to make sure it's okay, and then like you can have it afterward.
Okay, let's do
Okay.
that then.
Okay. She tries the tea, and then hands it over to Tallulah.
The tea is a very nice green tea.
It's got a better. I don't know. You try it.
Tallulah takes a gulp and just looks at
It's
looks
still
at the
quite
cup
hot.
for looks at the cup for a moment.
Oh, do you want me to breathe? Do you want me to make it? And she's just gonna like on it.
You burnt my tongue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Poor baby.
I should've-
okay.
Get wrecked.
She's like kind of sticking her tongue out now.
I mean, like you look kind of funny. You should. I think we could all use that right now.
She smiles and actually like sticks out her tongue, kind of starts playing around.
Brynja sticks out her tongue back at her.
I love these two. They're like sisters.
Do you want to play Boulder Shears Parchment?
Oh,
Okay. I'm gonna beat you this time.
All right, now I have a meme for this one.
Not this time.
I'm gonna beat you.
yeah.
No.
Got Boulder.
Sorry, I need to look back up.
Yeah. What was it again? 2, 3 is Boulder.
Wasn't it 1, 2 was Boulder,
1. Yeah.
3, 4 was Parchment, and then
5, 6 shears.
5, 6. Yes.
Okay, so you got what?
I got Boulder.
Dang it!
Oh.
I was sure.
Here, we'll try again. And like, if you just like really think about what my next move could be, I bet you'll win.
All right.
Okay. I got Boulder again.
Not frozen anymore.
You're right.
You did it? Oh man. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. And then she's
This
gonna
is wholesome.
high five. High five.
And Tallulah high fives back, almost stabbing her with her sword, but then remembering
I'm gonna do
that
the
that's the wrong hand.
Brynja's gonna act like it was really hard. Like, oh man, you got a good you got some try it. Hey, have you ever punched something before?
Yeah.
No, but I have +2 strength.
Okay, try and punch me. You can try. Okay, like go like clench your fist really hard and really tight, and then like just throw it at my hand. Try it.
She clenches her fist as much as possible, and just throws it at Brynja's hand, but kind of scared of actually hurting her from what happened. I don't know if I should reference this since we didn't get this part recorded, but didn't we accidentally hurt someone in the party through playful fighting.
I don't
in, like, the
remember.
first-
No, there's one guy who's hypnotized who Brynja socked the shit out of him.
I just punched the shit out of them. Right on my hand, right in the center there.
Yeah. She hits the hand. And
Ooh, gosh, you're so strong. Do you know that?
I kind of want to roll. Should I roll for something? Is there
Roll
anything?
for damage.
Damage.
4.
What dice is that?
Well, it's
A D4.
1,
D4.
unless you're a
Okay.
monk, and then it's a D4.
Oh, then yeah, just 1 damage.
Just 1 damage
just
on my
one
hand.
damage
Ooh,
to your hand.
jeez.
Little red mark.
Tallulah, you're strong. You know that? You got this.
I
I think anybody should be terrified
Yukia,
when they come
Are
against
you up to anything, or are you just in your room?
Huh?
Are you up to anything, or are you just sat in your room?
Don't ruin the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They just
Alright.
swept that
Okay.
moment. It's all good.
No, I was kidding.
We're done.
Continue with your moment. I just wanted to check.
Oh, I was just gonna say Tallulah kind of like looks at her hands, like feeling amazed that someone just called her strong.
Yeah.
Smiles up at Brynja and then kind of lays in the grass.
You did it. Do you want to look at clouds together?
Yeah.
Okay, I need it. Thanks. And then she's gonna just like flop back.
Another cloud gazing
Okay.
together.
As they cloud gaze, is there anything anyone else would like?
I'll wait for people if anybody else wants to do anything.
I'm probably gonna send Mayron up to his room right now. I'm gonna say, as he's put up the books and everything, and he's gonna pick up the 2 books of the occult, right? And he's gonna thumb through them a second more, maybe whichever one's on top, and he's just gonna keep thinking about that line that he dropped earlier. I have bigger powers looking out for me. He's gonna sort of smile, put the books away, and go back to his room.
As you walk through the sitting room, Lord Ravenwood looks at you and says, "So, you find anything interesting?"
Well, yes, I found several things of interest. For a long time, I've been interested in beings of an eldritch nature. Otherworldly things, outer gods, that sort of thing. It's, old archaeological findings have led me to the explanations, and I don't know, there's something so enchanting about the sort of power they wield.
Almost alluring.
I couldn't have
I know
said it
what you
better.
mean. I have a small fascination with that sort of thing, although my time is mostly taken up with business, so unfortunately I rarely get to pursue my interests and passions.
Well, you seem to be in luck. For all of my studies and travels, especially as of recent, have sort of culminated in me gaining quite a large stack of literature on such things. I've learned quite a bit, so if ever we are in our downtime and you feel so inclined to have some discussion with someone who has a bit of agency on the topic, speak to me. I'll be happy to have you.
Well, I will definitely send for you when I have a piqued interest in that sort of thing.
Thank you, sir.
I only apologize that my libraries are a bit barren for occult and things of a darker nature.
Oh, it is whatever. I always noticed that many libraries are lacking in such a thing. I'm something you could call a collector, I suppose. Anywho, I think I'm going to get a good night's sleep.
Well then, please enjoy.
All right, my friend.
If you can't sleep, I'll be here and happy to hear any of your tales of the occult and your archaeological ventures.
Be perfectly normal. Actually, now that I think about it, just one question. Did you ever see that tiefling woman come back through here to pick up her things?
Now you mention it, no, I didn't. Where is she?
I'm not sure. She was attractive, though.
Oh my god!
What happened?
Mayron
to the
tries to
dragonborn?
bust a nut.
She was
I'll be
attractive.
displeased if she's walked off with my money.
I highly doubt it. I believe the fellow she sent with us, our friend Slim, he had a little bit of I suppose, a helping hand with her. She appears to be of some royal heritage, so it makes sense for her to have someone else do the dirty work.
Lord Ravenwood clasps his hands and looks down, saying, "Stand in for her or not, my deal was with her, not with him. He won't be seeing a penny from me."
Might be smart on your end. Wouldn't want to go handing out such large quantities of gold to whoever decided to say they did a job, right?
Trust me, I don't do it easily.
You're a smart man, sir.
Thank you. As are you.
It is as they say, great minds think alike.
Oh my god.
And you're fired.
Boo!
Good
Yeah.
night, Mary.
It was a pleasure, Sir Ravenwood. With that, Mayron is going to give another of his customary bows. Stand up.
Lord Ravenwood tips his head back.
For the first time since he entered this estate, his head held high. He's going to walk back to his room.
Speaking of rooms, hey, can you do me a favor, bud?
Huh?
Can you roll a perception check for me?
Certainly. That is a... Where's my perception? That is a 14.
Okay, cool. As you walk back to your room, you hear from where you recognize to be Thalen's room, his hat is perched on the doorknob, but you can hear almost like someone's throwing things around inside the room.
Oh boy.
Mayron's gonna sort of he's gonna slow down a little bit as he passes the room. He's gonna keep on walking, and then he's gonna stop. He's gonna take a couple steps backwards.
Oh, like, Kyle, let me know when I get to my room because
Oh, you probably would have already heard it.
fair enough.
I mean, unless you want to walk up now and y'all going to do this together as the boys.
I'm gonna just walk up behind Mayron.
Dope.
Yeah. It seems like this has been going on for a few minutes. I was gonna leave it be, but
So you sort of speak behind him. He's gonna jump again, kind of like how he did with Priya. He's gonna turn back, and suddenly all of that confident posture fucking gone.
whoa there, pal. It's just me. Just me.
Slim, sorry. You had me a little on edge there. I was on my way back to my room when I heard it.
Wait, your room ain't next to his, so.
Yes, I'm looking. I suppose I got a little lost. It's kind of lost in context. I was curious, though. Before we go further with this, have you seen that tiefling woman around?
Are you referring to Miss Mahenta Silvana?
That's the one. That's the name I was thinking of the entire time.
I have seen her recently. Why?
I was just curious. I had a couple of questions to ask her, you know, where she's from, if she comes around here often, that sort of thing.
God!
Well,
She seems to be quite the regal sort of lady.
oh, son, you don't even know the half of it. Look,
seems rather-
I've been working for her father for quite some time now, so I might be able to shine light on a few of your questions. Of course, the more personal matters I'm not well versed in, but at least I can help you with the broad question.
He's gonna sort of lean up against Thalen's door with one hand, blow off his nails a little bit, look at him. Is she taken? Might I ask?
As far as I know, she does not have any suitors around.
Yo, Slim about to get his rocks off!
He's gonna
give a little bit of a laugh, cross his arms over his shoulder, you know.
And then Slim's laughing, face gonna turn serious. But actually, though, you need to watch out with her. Her father may not appreciate individuals of any nature trying things with his daughter. A word to the wise.
I see. He's going to sort of slump down a little bit again. Well, you know, I was just asking because I heard Yukio talking about it. You know, it's just one of those things he was bringing up, I suppose. He's been pretty quiet, you know, but I just heard him mention it in passing, and I don't know. It is what it is, you know. I was asking for him.
Of course. Words said in passing. Say nothing more, man.
Of course. Let's get back on the subject of whatever's going on in this damned room.
Yeah. Look, that man obviously has a sword. And the simple fact that we're hearing this now means that something must have set him off. So I recommend either A, one of us knock, B, walk away like nothing ever happened, or C, maybe go get the lady with the fists downstairs. Because if something goes flying at us, I'd rather have a individual in the barrier.
That is a fair point. But I'm not 100% sure me and her are on the absolute best of terms currently. No grievances against her, of course. She seems to be...
I get it, man. You're into Dragonborns, you're into tiefling ladies. I 100% understand.
It just is what it is.
It's exactly. Ain't no problem at all.
Doesn't stoke my fancy the way they do. It is what it is.
I hate this.
Anyways.
Well, with that, just goes, some kind of walks up to the door. Hey, big man? You doing all right in there?
Thalen, is everything well?
The crashing stops, and then it starts up again, but footsteps are following it. So it sounds like somebody is stumbling around behind the door.
Slim takes Thalen's hat off the door and kind of puts it behind him.
Oh, that's fine. Guess I'll die. No, but he the doorknob kind of fumbles a bit, and when the door opens, the first thing you're greeted with is a one-armed Thalen. He has taken off the prosthetic, and through the black undershirt that he's wearing, you can see that the scarring goes from his entire left shoulder, or what is left of it, throughout up into his neck and down beneath the shirt, as if an explosion happened. But his hair is down, and his eyes are very dilated. What?
Right. Well, I can see that you are obviously busy with yourself right now, but
yes,
I guess this always begs the question of, what are you doing, who are you doing it with, and why are you doing it? In that order.
Why are you asking?
Well, we just heard this sort of noise, you know, and we wanted to check on our friend. You were rather well out there on the field, understand? And I don't know, I thought it'd be nice to check in on you. You had your hat out, and I've never seen you with your hat off. By the way, you look rather nice. But, it's just, we were curious.
Just letting off some steam.
Theme. Right. It seems like you're doing a lot less than letting stuff out and more of kind of looks down at his other arm and around the room.
As you look at his arm, you can see track marks.
Right.
He's gonna...
Putting stuff in.
Aaron's gonna lean for it a little bit. I don't know what it is, but do you have any extra?
Here I was trying to be wholesome.
Do I want to make you roll for this? His hand's just gonna jut out and grab you by the throat and push you back out of the doorway.
Slim, just as he's flying out, slaps him in the back of the head. That's not what you say to a person who's currently on a heavy dose of whatever the heck he's on.
Well, I thought it would be a good business venture. My apologies.
Business venture my ass. Get out of my doorway.
If you want to talk about, we can talk about that later. But right now, look, big man, I don't really know what's going on here. But look, though we've only been on a single venture together, you need to talk. Like, you need whatever this is going on here, I've seen enough of it around my lifetime to know that this don't lead nowhere good.
Consider it a little bit of an intervention from us. We don't mean any disrespect, especially me. I can't speak for Slim here, but especially me. I don't mean any disrespect. We're just worried for you, caring about your well-being, if you will.
He kind of shuffles on his feet a little bit, and he leans against the doorway as if he can't prop himself up, or as if he can't stand by himself. And he kind of grunts. Trust me when I say this has already led me down a bad path. I ain't need to bring nobody down with me.
Oh, that kind of makes me really sad.
The hole can always be dug deeper, my friend. Even when you think you're as low as you could possibly go, there is always one step.
And I'd rather do it alone.
Do it alone?
Oh.
Maybe. But what you don't know, there's always someone else that hurts. Whether that's a parent, a lover, a child, someone will always suffer. Even if you're too selfish to realize, you're not the only one that hurts.
At the word selfish, his fist clenches. Yeah, his fist just clenches so tightly before he actually grabs you by the collar and pulls you in real close. I don't know what you know about suffering. You ain't got no room to talk to me, boy. You ain't seen war. You ain't seen death. You ain't had to have your kids taken away from you because of what you got your damn self into. So don't talk to me about suffering. And he kind of throws you off before he backs up into the doorway as if he's about to end the conversation.
Slim kind of pats himself off. War? Death? I've seen more of that than you could ever imagine. I've seen war, I've seen death through the eyes of millions. Through the eyes of individuals that should have never seen it. Do you want to know what death looks like to a little girl on the side of the street? Do you want to know what death looks like to the mayor sitting in the room, sitting in his office? Do you want to know what death in war looks like to the average civilian?
I don't need to, because I've experienced it both ways. I fought on the battlefield in Imperial City for 10 goddamn years, trying to give my family a place to eat, a place to stay. Because of my carelessness, I ended up ruining it. My wife died because of me. My daughter left, and I haven't seen her for 10 goddamn years before what I did. And you can see he's starting to break down a little bit. But he breaks contact with you. You ain't got no room to talk to me. I've been a civilian. I've been a soldier. I had to watch my family torn apart because of me. Because I couldn't handle what was going on in the battlefield.
At least you fought. You can never go down saying that you went without a fight. And the second you give up that fight, that spirit, is the day you might as well consider yourself dead. I, Thalen, have been dead for years.
You and me both, buddy. And he takes a step back and he slams the door.
I'm turned to Slim.
I was about to say turns the Marin. Well, I think that could have gone a little better on both ends, but at the same time, I think you and I have some stuff to talk about now.
Yeah, we very well might.
There's a sudden really loud crash as if a vase is thrown against the back of the door, and then it goes silent.
Well, that's strange. It sounds like a vase was thrown against the back of the door.
I would have to agree. Slim kind of gives like one more tap on the door. That's coming out of your cut there, big man. And he walks off.
I'll follow Slim. So, if you're wanting to talk about it now, we can, or if you want to maybe invite your lady friend over, we can all discuss it in a sort of group situation, you know.
You trying to have a three-way with Slim and
Did I say that? Did Marin say that? I don't think I said that.
You trying to get it in with both of them, even though they're the same person? Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey.
It's not.
Alright.
So Slim kind of just stops it and chuckles
I
himself.
love that.
He kind of chuckles himself. I can definitely arrange a meeting with Miss Silvana, but keep that stuff metaphorically and very literally. That picture, sorry. Metaphorically and very literally in your pants.
Yeah. Well,
She's known to be a biter.
Slim's DTF, let's go.
I'm ready.
Listen, I'm not like I said, it was Yukio, right? It was him.
Right, it was Yukio.
See, I'm
Yo,
just
you gonna take this
interested in getting to know the party better. Just that's all. That's it. That's all.
It was don't worry. It was 100% Yukio.
Exactly. I just wanted to get to know her better, not because I fancy her or anything. I just thought.
Speaking of, Yukio, what are you up to?
Yeah, right. Please, I'm getting awkward here.
There was like two bros who don't know how to talk, talking to each other.
Sounding very
Are you doing
gay.
anything exciting, Yukio? You just sat in your room listening to all
Hit on in the third person.
Yukio's trying to ignore the noise just because he's not really well acquainted with the people, so he doesn't want to really intrude. However, he is kind of like unpacking all his things and undressing.
Busy now. Go on.
Please continue.
Sudden urge to check in on Yukio.
My mind keeps telling me no.
But my body's telling me yes.
So, what's happening?
Phelan's gonna shoot up again and then go to bed. Good night.
Good night. So we've still got Tallulah and Brynja in the courtyard, don't we?
Tallulah probably fell asleep in the courtyard, like
Oh.
like she was
Oh,
cloud
girl.
gazing, and then it turned into stargazing, and then she fell asleep.
Turned into back of the eyelids
Uh,
gazing.
Brynja's gonna look over at Tallulah, kind of smile, and like pick her up. Like a when your like you fell asleep on the couch and your parents took you up to your room. That.
Scoop.
Yeah, she's gonna like scoop her up, like walk her up to a room, knock on the door. Anyone in this one?
Nope, it's empty.
Just gonna open it up. Just gonna walk over. Oh wait, actually, she's gonna knock on Thalen's door because she.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Knock.
I have one question first.
I still
What about the
cowboy hat.
sword?
Oh, I would pick up the sword.
Okay.
To probably put it like just hold on to it.
Oh man. So you knock on his door?
Yep.
Dope. There's another little bit of stumbling, and you could hear the spurs as they stop. And he opens the door. I don't want to talk no more.
Hi.
Brynja.
Hey. I didn't know what to do with her. I didn't want to leave her by herself, and you guys seem to talk.
Yeah. Give me a sec. And he turns around and on his back, just like Mayrin and Slim can see with all the scarring, he does still only have one arm, and his prosthetic has been taken off. But you could see the scarring just intensely moving around up onto his scalp, and it's not a pretty sight. But you could see him fiddling with a small cherry wood box, and you can hear the clinking of glass against glass and metal against wood before he shoves it under the bed and then walks back over and opens an arm to take Tallulah from you. I got her.
Can I do an insight check to see if he actually is okay to do this?
Sure.
Ooh, that's...
DM's gonna take it easy this episode. We're gonna kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's fine. Thalen's done this before.
A lot.
Thalen's done this before. It's fine.
23?
He is on the coming down end of a high. So he is more sober than he would have been an hour ago.
But he's still not sober.
Yeah.
I can watch her. It's fine. I think I can watch her.
You sure?
No, but I'll try.
Alright, listen, make sure she's tucked up. If she's anything like my little girl, she's gonna like to stay warm in the morning. Double pillows, glass of water next to the bedside in case she wakes up thirsty.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll be next door.
If you need my help with anything, let me know.
I'm sorry, I have one of those too. And she kind of pulls down her shirt a little bit and shows like a scar on her collarbone. I have one of those too.
What's it from?
I used to live in a treehouse, and I still can't find my tree. Anyway, I fell out of it once, and no one was around to help, so I just kind of put it back.
Good on you. You're strong.
Yeah. Did you fall out of a treehouse?
I wish.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I'll watch her. If you need anything, let me know.
If you need help with her, let me know. Just knock on the door, okay?
I probably will. I've never looked after a child before.
It
Okay,
gets
I'm
easier.
gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna...
You do that.
Yeah,
You
I'll
do
let you
that.
do your thing.
Mm.
Whatever your thing is going on. Okay, so
Yeah.
she's gonna rush off to her room and do exactly what he said to do.
Thalen's just gonna watch her leave for a moment before and then gently shutting the door.
Okay. Am I to assume that everyone has gone to bed?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I mean,
Then
let's
yeah.
Brynda's
Yeah.
gonna sleep on the
Nothing else?
floor beside the bed so that Tallulah can
Aw.
have the entire bed to herself.
Tallulah's probably not big enough to have the entire bed to herself.
Jessica, can I do one more thing? I'm sorry. I know we're just
Yeah. No. Go
taking
for it.
over. Just because I'm making my rounds right now, I'm gonna go knock on Yukio's door.
This is the exposition episode. Oh! Are we finally gonna get that Yuki
I-
slip? Are we finally?
I begrudgingly say I'm going to go knock on Yukio's door after. Aaron, you and I can discuss things
Right.
after game, but
All right.
Please.
You walk up and knock on Yukio's door.
You don't hear footsteps, and you don't hear him inside.
one more knock.
And he's just like, yeah, what is it?
Hey, I'm gonna doing my rounds, making sure everyone here is hunky dory. If you would say yes, you'd be the first.
Have you opened the door at this point, or is it still closed?
He's knocking through the door.
Oh, okay. Yukio does this thing where he walks towards the door and kind of opens it a bit, but not all the way. And at this point, he's only wearing, I think, essentially his pants, the boots he's wearing, and no shirt, but the mask is still on.
Oh.
Oh Lord, I believe I have the vapors.
He's very well built. He's also covered in a lot of scars, arrow wounds, sword slashes, sword pierces, and also a bunch of like slashes or like scratches essentially from like claws. You would assume.
Hmm.
And he's just staring at you through his mask.
Look, I'm sure that story, like, kind of points to the body, will have to come eventually. I'm just more or less making sure everyone's doing all right. Everyone seems a little shaken, sorts.
I'm fine.
How's your face doing? I mean, I know it kind of got implanted in the door back there.
Don't worry, I'm holding up.
All right, well, I'm doing, apparently, surprisingly enough, and disconcertingly enough, I'm doing the best out of the majority of us, so take that as you will.
What was all that stuff happening next door?
Well, seems like our friend Thalen has his own vices, as do we all. Feel like he's gonna get himself killed, but
Sounds like a hurricane in there.
Yeah, that's a way of putting it. I don't know if you could smell down the hallway. I'm pretty sure Marin pissed himself like 3 times.
Kinky.
Well, I'm glad to see that at least someone else here is doing decently. I mean, if you ever want to talk about anything, I mean, just let me know, because teammates and whatnot.
I appreciate it, but I'm fine. But I meant to look into that whole Thalen thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on him. Like, he seems to react very positively to Tallulah, but that seems to be about it. So there's something going on there. I think he's mentioned before he has a kid or something like that. So from what he told me, he had a kid and no longer has seen his kid for a extended period of time. So there's definitely some resentment and anger going on within him. We need to keep our eye on him.
Hello, my name's Slim. Welcome to the Psychoanalyzed Thalen Hour.
And has Mayron acted up again, or is he fine now?
He's been acting up, but in a way contrary to how we've seen him before. As Slim kind of pulls on his collar a little bit. Yeah, let's just say aren't the only thing that get him off. And after a lengthy conversation with the individual, let's just say I might end up locking my door tonight.
I hate that you said books aren't the only thing that gets him off. I hate you for that. I hate you.
Because you're the worst. Listen, a long day. Man's scared. He had a rough one.
He wants to bust a fear nut.
Let him do his thing.
Spooky nut.
He wants to bust the spooky nut.
But yeah, so just you definitely seen Kate. Just
oh, I wish y'all could see the chat now.
just
listen. Mayron, it's completely circumstantial.
No, it's fine. It's just we're gonna talk behind your back a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, dickhead.
Yeah, Mayron.
Please.
No, you did.
Right.
Yeah. So just keep your eye.
Yeah. Also, make sure, if I don't remember, to ask Ravenwood for the rest of the payment.
That was something that told. So yeah, we should definitely ensure that we are all getting paid. I know Miss Sullivana will be very disappointed if she does not receive her coin.
Something's definitely not right about this.
Oh, by no means. This is completely out of the ordinary and totally horrifying. But at this moment in time, all we can really do is sit around and wait, which honestly is not ideal for me.
Patience. Everything will come with time.
Whether that's Ravenwood ultimately turning on us or Mayrin, I agree.
Mayrin, what?
Everything comes in due time.
It's all right. We can handle them both.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Dibs on Thalen. Dibs on the old Thalen.
I was about to say, y'all can keep him.
That's what I'm saying.
Who wants to be his drug addict babysitter?
Well, you have yourself I guess a good night then.
You too.
All right.
You know, just
And
slowly close the door.
now Slim officially heads back to his room.
All right. So I'm assuming all of you are now in bed, quietly asleep.
Sure.
You sleep rather soundly, and you are waken up at the crack of dawn to knocks at each of your doors.
Ah, son of a fuck.
At the same time, or like different?
Individual.
Oh, sorry. Did he interrupt your nut, Meredith? Did he knock on the door at an inconvenient time?
He's pushing all the tissues off his bed.
I'm cramming him under the sheets.
They're more like rocks at this point.
Yeah.
I know how male jacking off works.
After the knock, you hear, "All of you, please. The Lord of the Manor wishes to see you urgently."
All right.
How early is it?
Crack of dawn,
About-
he said?
Yeah, 8,
Sorry,
9 in
what?
the morning.
Pretty
Not
Oh,
quite
okay.
crack of
probably
dawn, but-
already up.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. I can do that.
All
At
right,
that point, Marin's gonna get up. He's gonna, oh, fuck. Like, get himself out of bed, sling himself up, get himself dressed, and, like, mess with his hair, his little, brush his Fu Manchu into order.
I love him.
Go outside. All right. Where is he?
Phelan's in nothing but his duster and
I
his
stole
pants.
his hat.
Yeah, I know, and he's on the hunt. He's
in nothing
pissed.
but his socks.
Pretty much. No, he's just
That is-
he's wearing his duster and his pants, but no shoes or no socks, no shoes, no shirt, and his hair is still down. He looks exhausted.
As each of you leaves your room, there is a butler stood at the end of the corridor who says, "The Lord of the Manor is in his sitting room. Please meet him there."
It better be coffee.
When Tallulah leaves her room or Brynja's room, she's kind of cuddling a pillow because she wants to go back to sleep. So she's just gonna carry a pillow with her everywhere.
Hey, we gotta get up. Hey, Tallulah,
Charlie.
gotta get up. Come on.
So even when she leaves, she's still holding the pillow.
I guess Slim walks out of his room and he walks by Tallulah and Brynja,
Brianna.
and kind of tips his newly acquired cowboy hat. And he's like,
Oh.
"Morning, little ladies."
Tallulah looks very amazed at the new hat.
And at this moment, Slim stops, like, takes off his hat. "Here, little lady, I think you should wear this one," and puts the cowboy hat on Tallulah.
Tallulah looks very excited. She puts the hat on, but because she's wearing her bow, it doesn't entirely fit. So she
I was about
takes
to
her.
say,
Yeah,
it's probably too big for her head, so I'm imagining it like slots down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely does. But so she takes off her bow and wraps it around and ties it on the hat.
Yes!
Literally too good.
and she just looks up at him and just like gives them just gives a really genuine happy smile.
Slim kind of puts out his hand as if like to walk her by the hand.
She
He looks back at Brynja. "Brynja, you coming along?"
Yeah, 100%. Coming right now.
Here, why don't you grab her by the other hand? Therefore, we can all walk down together.
They're a family, and I love them.
Thalen.
Thalen, either, judging from the sounds that we heard earlier, he's probably already ahead of us.
Mayron's up in this group, right? Wasn't sure. He got out and everything, but
yeah. Well, come on.
I would say him and Thalen probably walked down at the same time, and then everybody else kind of fumbled out of their rooms.
I'm gonna wait for Thalen can grab her hand. I don't want to. Yeah, Tallulah, you probably want to have Thalen.
Very well. Slim puts out his hand.
Want your dad's.
Slim kind of puts out his hand for Tallulah to grab it. Well, suit yourself.
Everyone hears Tallulah's dad except Brynja's her sister.
Yeah.
That's the family dynamic here.
Excuse me, I'm the mom.
Yeah, you've got Slim and Thalen as mom and dad. You got Marin as the weird uncle. Yukio's the silent cousin, and Brynja's the sister.
Yeah.
The butler stood in the corner, looks at you and says, "Please hurry. The Lord has news."
All right, Tallulah, race you.
Tallulah gasps and runs to win the race, hoping.
Slim looks back at Brynja. Come on now. Can't let her beat us now, can we?
No. I'm going to bolt as fast as possible.
Slim looks at you guys both and like,
who wins?
Oh Lord. And starts talking back.
Brittany doesn't know competition when there's a child. It's just her win all the time.
Good.
Slim's chasing, but he's dragging behind.
Wait, who's gonna win?
Fast as fuck, dude. Brynja's fast.
So it's until we all eventually get there, so.
Alright. As you all reach the sitting room that Lord Ravenwood is usually sat in, you see Lord Ravenwood sat with his face in his hands, looking into the fire, sat in his armchair. A single guard stood next to him, and his dragonborn mage sat on the sofa behind that. As you all enter...
I am attentive.
He nutted.
Oh,
I am present and ready.
God, it gets worse.
Fuck's sake.
Oh god, my witch cackle.
Okay,
I really
So D&D.
Okay.
gotta pump the brakes.
So
I'm
back to
sorry.
the game.
Back to the game. Lord Ravenwood says in a calm and slow tone, "My friends, I know by now you must be sick of meeting me here, but my friend there has just discovered something most unsettling. Please, Lucius, tell them."
Lucius looks at the party, very somewhat excited gleam in her eye, and she says, "This book is filled with all sorts of minor necromantic magics. Nothing really out of sorts that you couldn't learn from other books, but still, it's enough to get you into trouble. But this book, it also details something very big and dangerous within its words. Now that the whole book is written out in code, it's a little difficult to know for sure what it's detailing, but it seems to be a summoning ritual of sorts. It needs, I believe, 6 specific items in order to be successful.
Of course.
And I've managed to figure out what one of these items is."
At that point, Lord Ravenwood stands up and cuts in. "Before we give you any more information, we need to know if you'll help us. This appears to no longer be about protecting myself and my business. It's about ensuring whatever the people who want this were after me don't come about."
Mayron is not going to immediately ask out the Dragonborn. He's gonna
I'm
take
shocked.
Self-control, I like it.
He's gonna talk. Yeah, he's gonna take a couple steps forward, and he'll be like, "I'm going to say straight off the bat, I'm in, but I do have to ask."
Can I get your number?
But I do have to ask, what you doing later?
I must inquire. These items we're looking for, do we know anything about them? I have a background as a bit of an archaeologist, you may call it, and I'm rather good at identifying old artifacts. If that might be of use, then you have my hand.
And with that question, I am going to end it.
No!
Hey, that was good.
One more thing, you guys. Everybody gains a level.
Yeah.
Also, I have one quick proposal.
Nani.
Teach Tallulah necromancy.
I still gotta teach her to use that sword, dude.
Hell to the hell no.
I still gotta teach her to use that
fuck me, That
sword.
was good.
Hey,
Oh, that was
listen, okay.
amazing.
That was so
That was really good.
Real talk. I DM a couple of campaigns, and sometimes nothing against the players. They get into character and everything, but sometimes they don't necessarily let other people get that sort of the opportunity to sort of play things out. Can we all agree? I'm bringing it up because I feel like I sort of did this. If we can we, a little slap on the wrist to tell us give other people a turn, because I kind of feel shitty.
Oh no, dude! Listen, this is what I live for. Ed has played in campaigns with us, outside of this. At least in my perspective, I love listening to people roleplay. That's my favorite part of playing D&D.
Yeah.
Listening
What
to
you
them.
and Brynja did was freaking
Yeah,
amazing.
I could have listened to
Yeah.
that for hours.
Yeah,
Genuine,
honestly,
I low-key loved the character interactions during this game. That was
Absolutely.
yeah, seriously.
I think
And-
that this may be one of the most dysfunctional parties I've ever seen.
Yeah, in
love
a good way though. It makes for good story.
This is
So
literally
good.
the most functional party that I've ever seen.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Horrid.
Oh yeah, in my other one, everyone's either too selfish, drunk, dumb, or depressed to come up with a good idea.
Tag yourself. I'm dumb and depressed.
Well, if
But
Hi, I'm
but,
selfish and dumb.
but yeah, I do want to say that I don't think that there was any that there was any necessarily stopping other people from role playing. I think getting into the moment like everyone was really good because stopping earlier than feels right for the character interaction for the sake of other people won't be as satisfying. If you ask me.
Yeah.
The only
if you guys
The
ever
one-on-one
wanna-
interactions were fucking great.
those were
Yeah.
awesome.
If
The
you
Now-
guys ever want to do an improv small class, I used to teach improv.
Hell
degree
yeah.
in comedy writing and
Yes.
performance. So we could do a small one if you guys want.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was
I do want to ask though, because that was my first ever monologue as this character. I've done monologues plenty of times as other characters that I have.